Looking for ways to use video in your law practice beyond marketing? Stay tuned. Hi, Mike Swanson for the Law Practice Channel. Well, it's pretty much common knowledge now that one of the best ways to market your law firm is the use of video content because people want to buy from people. But there are other ways to use video in your practice to help you get even better results for your clients. So to explore some of that today, I've invited a couple of experts and a team on video and legal to join us today live from New York City. And we have today Bill Ricigliano and Mike Sorrentino. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great. Thanks for taking time out from your business and your practices to help share with other lawyers some of the success that you've had using video in your practice beyond marketing and going into getting actually better results for your clients. So first of all, before we get started though, you're a team now. Bill, you've been a friend and a client for a while. Thank you for the work you do in your community as a Seventh Amendment advocate for your clients. And Mike, you and I met recently as well down in Miami, and I know you have a lot of background in broadcasts, so you've made a great team here. And how did you get started together?
Bill was one of my very first clients. I just sent him a cold email and pitched him, and he wrote back, "Your timing is perfect." And so we started producing some marketing videos for Bill, and he was making a lot of content on Facebook and YouTube. We just really enjoyed working together. And then one day Bill says to me, "Had you thought about taking this and doing video for cases?" He has done it in the past, and he said, "Why am I paying all these other firms to do it when we could work together?" And we started doing some mediation videos for Bill, which soon developed from his own success into a separate company, which is Nationwide Legal Video Services. And Bill, tell them about the different types of videos that we do.
Well, certainly mediation videos. We've been working on those. We've also been doing quite a few deposition videos, which I'll use in opening statements. I'll use in closing statements. I'll use on cross-examination. So we've been doing a lot of both mediation and deposition videos as well. And we're starting to now work with day in the life videos as well, where we do personal injury case. Most of our clients have catastrophic injuries.
Yeah.
So we're doing these day in the life videos where we show the clients who are catastrophically injured just what they and their families go through on a daily basis.
Back to that, the reason that we work together is one thing that Bill said to me early on was, he's a storyteller. And that's what one of his major skills is being a storyteller. And for me, natural curiosity and storytelling was what my journalism background was. And so when I learned that these were in essence mini documentaries that we were putting together,
Sure.
it's real. It's real. It's important. It has a direct effect on people. And for me, with my background in broadcast and media, and all I cared about was ratings and pleasing my boss. Where now what we're doing with these videos is really trying to tell the story that a transcript, that a couple of people on the stand, they just can't do.
And that's the key.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about the use of video in mediations? Obviously, our viewers are going to know what a mediation is. I think of that as typically two separate conference rooms and the mediator shuffling back and forth. So where does video come into play? Is it prior to mediation or during it?
So I do personal injury work, and the mediations that we have, you're going there to try to settle the case, obviously. And what I have found is you usually submit a written mediation package to the mediator and to the defense attorney and to the insurance company. And all it really is just a written document that they're going to read. And they read it, and I think they're relatively nonplussed by it. What I have found is if there are important things in your case that you really want to stress, the best way to do that is through video. And I'll give you a couple of examples.
Okay.
I had a case about a year ago where I had a client who was very seriously injured. And one of the responsibilities that she had before she was hurt was taking care of two adult disabled children.
Wow.
And part of the claim in the case was she was not going to be able to take care of these two adult disabled children. Now, you write that in a mediation package, and it doesn't really have much of an effect. So I asked Mike to go and actually video the adult children and what it took to take care of them. And I thought it was incredibly compelling. And it really had a huge impact on both the mediator and the insurance company who was deciding whether or not to settle the case. I have another case coming up for mediation where liability is not an issue. The extent of the damages are not an issue. The issue in the case is the severity of the injury and whether or not it was, and causation. So knowing that that is going to be what they're going to focus on in the mediation, and what they're going to use to try to defend the case, I asked Mike to go out and interview a couple of our key experts, and he has snippets of information from them, which we're going to then give and show at the mediation, just to neutralize and undermine those defenses that they're going to bring up. And I think it's going to really have a major impact on our ability to be able to settle that case. So I think that's the way that you use video in mediation. You take parts of your case that you want to bring to life, or parts of the case that you want to emphasize. And what better way to do that than through video, especially if you're doing it as a mini documentary, as Mike mentioned, or if you're telling a story.
Well, how do you get them to watch it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
One of the very first times we did one of these, that was what Bill really struggled with, was you got to get it in front of this person's face. What we found was a really unique approach to this. I started using in marketing something called a video brochure, which is a really cool product where it's a brochure, you open it, there's actually a tablet inside and a screen that plays a video. Really impressive. But there was another use for that Bill and I both got really excited about when it kind of clicked in our heads, which was, now on the top of all the stacks of paper, you get this cardboard, piece of a docket, and you open it up and it's a video docket. It's basically, as soon as you open it, the mediator can then it automatically plays. It's their own screen. You can pause, you can turn the volume up, you can rewind. And so this is a really effective tool that no one else is doing, no one else is using.
I mean, yeah, Mike, if you think about it, the mediator's there day in and day out. He's getting paper submission after paper submission, and now he gets ours. And on top of it is an actual booklet with an actual video screen. They almost are compelled. They have to watch it.
Sure.
And they open it. And the same thing with the defense attorneys or the insurance adjusters. They're going to now watch it just out of curiosity. And once they do, now we have them paying attention to the important aspects of the case the way that we want to frame it.
And I would imagine they're envisioning the jury watching that video.
Exactly. And not only that, but if you're going to, like I just mentioned, if you're going to show your experts, they're going to see the quality of the expert. They're going to see the way the expert testifies or will testify. And it has a major impact on the decisions that they have to make. And they also know that you're willing to go to those lengths in a mediation. They know that you're going to go to the same lengths and beyond at trial.
Wow. Now, what about depositions? Are you just videoing the depositions and playing them back, or what are you doing with deposition video?
It's the video side by side with the transcript. So you have video that's searchable. So if you find the word accident, you could do a keyword search, find it, and then instantly jumps to that part of the video. Really effective, not only in preparing and trial prep and all of that, but obviously in the courtroom, should you need it, you can have somebody there to do playback and all of that.
And here's the thing that I want to emphasize more than anything else about deposition videos. I had a deposition recently, and I asked the witness a question. I had him on the ropes, and I asked the witness a question. And there was a significant pause because he had to be very careful about the answer he gave, because he knew no matter what answer was given, he was in trouble.
Okay.
And you can read a transcript a million times, but there's something powerful about the close-up of someone who is sitting there contemplating their answer. It really, really has a huge impact. You can't get the same impact from reading a transcript. When you see the demeanor of a witness on video, when you see them struggling to answer, when you see them visibly not telling the truth, it has a major impact, much more so than just simply reading a transcript.
If someone's never done this, they don't know where to get started, they don't have a budget for it, can you start small? Do you have to dive in big?
You can start small. Depending on your state, there are different rules and regulations on certainly video depositions. We abide by all of that. And we make sure that we work with people who are certified in every state, as we are. And there are also individual, rules and regulations in each state about anything mediation-wise. Just study up on it.
Sure.
And then as long as you abide by the rules, you're fine. It doesn't matter about production quality. You can shoot things with your iPhone. Video can always be used and recorded on any device, as long as there are certain rules and certain requirements that you certainly need to follow in order to make sure that your video is objective and to make sure that it's admissible.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, Bill and Mike, thanks so much for being willing to share with our viewers today some of your kind of different twists on things. I learned a few new things today. Thanks again, and we appreciate you joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike.
Great to be here.